Hello and welcome to Drive Central, your weekly recap and preview of what's to come on all drive programming on YouTube. So, Leo, how are you?
I'm fine, and I'm pretty excited about the things you got for this week.
Yeah, it's great, except for the fact we're hosting again.
Yeah, where's Spinelli? This is his show. This is 2 in a row we've done for him.
2 out of 3 episodes of Drive Central, Mike Spinelli's show.
Mike's ex show, if this keeps up. But
yeah, he's
where
not
is
here.
he? Where
so
is he?
Mike is in Dubai, not for the 24-hour race. He actually got there for the 24-hour race, but he's actually there doing something special. He's driving the Juke-R.
The GT-R chassis.
Yes.
Freaking cool.
Hopefully there'll be video of it on his return, I hope. There better be.
There will be. I can't wait to see that. I hope that thing really performs the way.
Yeah. So what happened at Dubai?
So we covered the Dubai 24 on Shakedown on Monday, and Mercedes kicked ass, finished 1, 2, 3. They beat last year's winner, the Z4 BMW, and a couple of Porsches, and all the Mercedes, and all the Lamborghinis, and all the Audis. And the Nissan team should be happy.
Yeah.
Their Gran Turismo team finished P3 in their class.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the GTRs, they were part of the butt kicking that Mercedes gave them. But
anyway, if you want to hear more about the Dubai 24, go to Shakedown, which aired yesterday.
Monday.
Okay. Anyway, heading on to some other news. If you want to communicate with us, just as a reminder, you've got @DriveTV on Twitter or twat. So twat at us.
Oh God! One time I said that.
And that's the way you communicate with us. Moving on. Anyway, the big news.
Oh no, we're back to.
That's Drive Central, but no, we've got news.
We got news?
This says news.
From the car?
Yeah, that's right. You read my sheet upside down as if you knew it was coming.
I'm a corporate guy. I can read upside down.
Mini 1, right?
Mini 1. We covered this on Monday too. Mini was there for the first time. They won their first Dakar. It's kind of a BMW chassis underneath, but you like this thing anyway.
Very cool looking. Very cool looking. So it's an X3 underneath?
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
It's pretty badass.
I'm not sure about power. You know, a lot of people, I asked the question of, what does this do for the Mini brand? And a lot of people answered our shakedown, and they were explaining that Countryman is an off-road vehicle.
Makes sense. All 4.
Dakar's all off-road.
Yeah.
So I guess it's a good thing promoting winning with the Countryman and Mini.
We need to do a special on Dakar. You ever see the photos from inside the cars? It's so cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
That'd be a good road trip.
Very cool. Maybe next year. Moving on to Chris Harris. Last week we spoke about Chris Harris taking a C63 AMG and putting Space Saver donuts on it.
That video kicked butt.
Yeah, 170,000 views as of this morning, I think. What else do we have? Oh, well, he's driving a McLaren F1. No, he's not driving a McLaren F1. He's getting a ride along in a McLaren F1 for this week's episode. But it's not any ordinary McLaren F1.
So this is representative.
This is the road car.
But it is an F1.
Yes, it is an F1.
Okay, so BMW power.
Yeah, V12.
All that stuff.
Yep, but it's actually a modified McLaren F1. Now, it's hard to explain, but you'll just have to wait until Wednesday's episode. But it's a very cool episode.
Okay, so here's my
McLaren F1. Having a McLaren F1 on the 3rd week of programming, awesome.
That's good for us.
Yes, that's very good for us. Views, yes.
Just tell me they didn't donk it or anything.
Donk it? No, I don't think anyone would donk a McLaren.
I would hope not. Okay, fine.
Okay, what's next? We've got Alex Roy in the G37. As you know, he's on a road trip from this week's episode. Right after this show, actually, he goes from Reno to Area 51 in Nevada.
Why is that so appropriate for Alex Roy?
I know. Well, on the way, something very interesting happened.
The heck is that?
I was on the trip for the second half, and
you joined him?
Yeah, I joined him in Reno. I had to bring them car because he lost.
Oh, that's right, because he bailed. Musto bailed on him appropriately.
Yeah, so I had to bring a G37 up to him in Reno. It was cold and snowy, but on the way down to Area 51, we passed this location. Now, it looks like a secret military base. Well, that's because it's
It looks
sort
like
of
housing in Irvine, California, but it's not.
No, that's the largest ammunition depot in the world.
Great. So when we need stuff to blow America goes here?
That's it.
Wonderful.
That's it. There's about probably over 1,000 bunkers in the middle of the desert.
Wait a minute, how close could you get to it? Looks like you were driving right by it?
That's about a mile off. You can get about a mile off, but that's
still within the blast range.
Yeah, that's the largest ammunition depot in the world. We get it on camera, talk about it, stop by it.
Talk about a tourist attraction.
I know, right in the middle of Nevada. No wonder it's in Nevada. No, nothing else is there. So make sure you check out Live and Let Drive.
Happy ending?
In 4 hours after this upload.
Happy ending?
Happy ending in Area 51?
Yeah.
Strange ending. Strange.
Alex Roy and a strange ending. I'm shocked. I think we better tune in.
Okay, and that leads me to the episode that went up yesterday afternoon. Matt Farah, Tunes.
Oh, Blastoline.
He didn't tell me he was going to do this.
Typical.
But
it turns out good.
Yeah, this is actually one of the most badass vehicles I've ever seen, and I'm so shocked to see it. So basically, it's called the Decaliner. The guys from Blastoline.
Blastoline builds these big size, mega hot roddy type things.
It's cool.
I saw this at SEMA.
Yeah, really.
Didn't know what it was though, but Matt drives it.
It's awesome.
Okay,
well,
so
it looks very cool. So it's based off of the GMC RV.
That's a 1970s GMC motor home, and you'd recognize it in a movie.
Stripes.
The Bill Murray ride.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that you actually see him actually starting to mask off exactly what the design would be. And then he goes from
because he bagged the fiberglass body and went to metalwork.
Yeah, and then he took the front end off of a
white truck cab over.
Happy you realized that?
40s or 50s.
It's cool that you start seeing the frame being put together. There's very little left of the vehicle after he cuts it all off.
Well, and the amazing thing, honestly, besides Matt's experience driving it, the fit and finish, the metal work, the paint, the detailing. I mean, mega awesome the way this guy works.
It's very cool. And well, you can actually start seeing it right there. You can actually drive it from the roof. Pretty cool.
Gave away the punchline.
Well, they could have seen it.
Watch the show. It's
they
really
could have already seen it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I have for now, I think, because my notes really suck. Anyway, Drive Central.
Still a pretty full week. Thank you for watching everything. Keep watching.
Reminder, you guys can tweet or twat at us at Drive TV.
Stop that joke.
At Drive TV. We all monitor, and we will respond in some form or another.
Yeah.
Not by now.
No, I'll be nice.
You ever see Angry Boys on HBO?